Good day, fellow acrylic pouring artists. I'm quite excited about this one. I've got lots of these lovely colours left. Like I said, I just make up a big bunch of colours, so I'm going to try and do a night sky with this. So a reflection pour. And they do come out actually really lovely. So I've got those colours and I am going to work with those, obviously, because they're all pre-made up. I'm going to get straight into it and get doing my interpretation of my reflection swipe. So I will pour, I'll go through the colours as I go along. So this is a metallic silver that I have left, so I'm going to make sure that that's in there. These are all, actually I have a mix here of global impasto paints and Mont. I am slowly going over to the Mont because they're more consistent and easier to get where I'm living in Queensland, since they closed down one of the shops that we used to get the global paints from. But anyway, that's another story. But the Mont paints you can get in the US. I have one girl in the US that has a link, and they've actually got better colours in the US than they have here in Australia. So yeah, I'll try and find the link to a lovely young lady that does lots of pours now in the Mont. So that was the metallic silver. This is, these were the mixture of colours. So this is the cool red that I try to put my colours that I'm going to use down, so if anybody asks me on any of the sites, I can sort of just then put up a copy of this photo of the colours on it. So okay, I'm going to go the cool red, just some that's left. But yes, it's kind of my interpretation of a reflection swipe. This all these paints were mixed up, but there is in the drop down box, here's a little V light looking at the bottom. If you click on that, the drop down box gives you further information about the work that you see on this video, which it will have the pouring medium used and often the paints. So a bit of useful information for you there. So we'll go with, this was a turquoise that I added a bit more darker blue to. So often customize my own colours, so, and I have got another video on that. So this acrylic pouring journey of mine, absolutely enjoying every single minute of it. Okay, just scrape the bottom of that kit. Probably need to put in some darker colours now because it's going to be a reflection swipe. Ooh. Well, I definitely need the darker colour over the top. That will give so I'm going to use that. I've got this, this was another colour that I made in the week, custom colour. It's like an aubergine, like a deep claret, and I made it originally from the Mont purple, and then I added the dark blue to it, and then I added a blob of the dark red. So it kind of gives you a really nice claret or aubergine. I'm not sure if they call them aubergines in Australia or US, but we used to, not that I've lived in England for many years, but we used to call them aubergines. It's a weird name, isn't it? But it's a beautiful colour. Beautiful colour, very nice. Now I've got to throw a little bit of brightness in there to come through my reflection pour. This is just the orange from Global. Yes, this was all mixed. I always pre-mix. Probably this has been done 3 or 4 days now, these mixes, and because I just mix up whole cupfuls and then just pour with different colour combos, whichever my crazy colour brain leads me to put together. So yeah, I always mix up my paints at least the 24 hours before I'm going to pour. I mix them up and I always add the silicone. Now I always stir only 2 to 4 drops even in that size cup of the Helmar silicone. It's been a great silicone because after your work dries, I don't even see any kind of silicone residue on top, which is brilliant for this purpose that we're all using it for. It's the acrylic art. So yeah, I add the silicone and I stir it in well. I don't believe that when I first started doing acrylic pouring and I was looking at all the videos trying to get the best, they all said, stir once or stir twice, don't stir anymore. Well, I found that the worst thing actually, because my silicone used to just sit in big globules on my finished work, and I find that if I make up the paint, like I said, 24 hours before and stir in the silicone well, stirring Stanley, it always works. The paint always works really well for me in whatever pour I do in the following days with it. So yeah, as you've seen now, I've just basically tilted all over to cover it. Don't worry if there's any bits missing, because you can just draw your fingers underneath the paint and finger pop any bits that you've got enough paint that's run off to cover your canvas. So just run your fingers underneath. If you know or have watched any of my pours, you'll know that I like to keep the masking tape underneath, keep the underneath of the canvas nice and clean. Just washing off my hands, sorry about that. Okay, let's just check that you're still with me. Yes, I need to bring this work down, I think, a bit. So there we go. Now, to make this really pop like the like a reflection swipe, like I want it to, this is a really dark navy again that I made up myself out of the dark blue, and I add a blob of black and I add a blob of green deep with it. And it's just the other colours you just add slowly, so until you get the desired colour. I'm going to go down the centre because this is a reflection swipe, and just one thin line down the centre. I'm going to use my nice trusty file divider. Okay. Oh, I've got a new one. Oh, there you go. I mean, these come in a pack of 10, the file dividers. They have got that segregated, or the place where you normally put them into a file, and they do have like a little file tip, but I just cut that off straight. Best tool for swiping. If anybody's having trouble swiping, these are one of the best tools. So, those yummy colours. And just slowly do your swipe. Oh yes, yes, yes. Because it's going to be a reflection swipe, I don't actually, because I can see this is coming up, I don't think I actually need to torch this one. You may want to torch it if that's up to you, but I don't actually want many cells coming up on this reflection pour. So just gentle. Now I've done it. okay, okay, we can get out of anything. Got to think quickly when you're doing these things. If something doesn't go right, talk about a reflection pour, it looks more like a galaxy. Maybe I should I'll rename it a galaxy pour, because that's certainly what it's looking like at this moment in time. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. Look at that. Colours are coming through and it just looks like a galaxy. So maybe I'll change the name at this point, because you know I can do that. Oh, I've got some shooting stars, I've got galaxies. That is beautiful, gorgeous. I don't really want to, I don't want to, I'm not going to, I'm absolutely not going to. I'm not going to torch it, because that is gorgeous as it is. It's my dog tripping around in here. That is your galaxy pour, even with the shooting stars and everything. So you know what, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it exactly there, and let me know what you think of this galaxy pour, because that's, the cells will come through further. So what I'll do is I'll post some pictures at the end of this video to show you how much further the cells come through. If I was to touch that now even slightly with my gun, the cells will just go crazy, and I actually don't want that. I actually like that exactly as it is. That's stunning. Thank you so much for watching and joining me in this art journey. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. I mean, constructive criticism would be nice, but that is really gorgeous. So obviously, depending on what colour you swiped it with, it would have looked really nice with that dark crimson swipe too. So thank you for joining me, thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing, and see you again next time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to wave my magic wand. I'm going to wave my butane torch over this and see what we come up with next. So this is the galaxy pour. These colours springing up. Don't need to bring up too much, do I? Because look at that, that is so gorgeous. I just decided I would, because it had some lovely yummy colours under there that I wanted to reveal themselves. So that is pretty nice, pretty nice. Some gorgeous cells in here, cells within cells. Really nice, loving that. So I did it to a reflection pour and then changed it to a galaxy pour. So if you'd have liked the galaxy pour, you stop at that point. I took it that bit further and have come back and decided to bring up some more cells. It's still, now it actually looks like 3D, like there's these clusters floating in the universe. I really like it. I really like it. Okay, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I'll take it down a bit closer. Got some gorgeous cells in there. Look at those cells. Really nice. And of course, as it sits for a while now, those cells will stretch out a little bit and form their own little unique piece of art. And the dark navy in there will actually act as like a negative space. So it's kind of a foolproof way to get a negative space or a dirty pour without colours muddying. get far more consistent results this way. But thank you very much for joining me. Until next time. I'm just gonna finish this baby off with some balloon rolling. So it's gone through a few morphing processes. I did try and balloon roll it earlier, but you can see that they're falling in. So I've left it for about 40 minutes now. So I'm gonna just come back and go back over it again and do my thing. It was a gorgeous pour, which I could have left it at any stage, but I sell a lot of these pours that I do the balloon kissing and rolling on, and always have, so I don't mind going to the next stage, but at least showing you the different stages in my pours gives you the option, if you're trying to mimic it, to stop or start or go on or add more. That's up to you, but I love this part. I love this about my pours. You can leave them at a certain stage and you're happy with them, or you just go on. So that's what my teaching channel is there to do for you all, and that is how I do it. And it's got negative space with that dark navy, and it's got lots of things happening in it, lots of movement. It's beautiful, it really is lovely, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to leave that right there and give you a close-up of it. But thank you very much for joining me, watching me create. Oh, that's so, yeah, that's gorgeous. Cells within cells. That's really pretty. So thank you for joining me, and see you again next time.